Kelly Ripa came under fire from Ashley Iconetti for interrogating Jen Tran. She dislikes how Kelly consistently criticizes Bachelor Nation. Ben Higgins also made a statement about it. She clearly doesn't enjoy the show, but this is the first time she's been questioned for a major job. To hear Ashley's thoughts on the matter, continue reading. Kelly Ripa is questioned by Jen Tran. Returning the current Bachelorette is Jen Tran. There are many new things happening in her season, and she is the first Asian starring character. She declared that the men would be leaving the mansion after just one night and heading to Melbourne, Australia. For the season, they also had a new mansion. Jen Tran was asked by Kelly Ripa why she desired to play the lead. Jen retorted, "Ashley Iconetti is not in favor of Ashley Iconetti. Didn't like this interview. A large number of people adore the show." Ashley also brought up the fact that many reality TV programs are much more trashy. One of those is Not a Bachelor. Ashley also used the franchise to find her spouse, Jared. For some people, it does work. They currently lead a lovely life together and have a lovely marriage. Kelly doesn't seem to enjoy the Bachelor atmosphere. Nonetheless, the franchise has a sizable fan base. Ashley and Ben were pleased when Jen asked her the same question. "It can get uncomfortable," Ben explained. Despite her distaste for the show, she never treats her guests badly. According to reports, the talk did not offend either Jen or Kelly. How do you feel about Kelly's vibe? In the world of reality TV, drama doesn't just stay on screen. It spills into talk shows, podcasts, and social media feeds. This week, Bachelor Nation alum Ashley Iconetti made waves after coming to the defense of the Bachelorette star Jen Tran, calling out Live with Kelly and Mark host Kelly Ripa for what she described as judgmental and unfair treatment during a recent interview. The controversy ignited when Jen appeared on Live to promote her season of The Bachelorette. The young star, known for her warmth and authenticity, expected a lighthearted chat about love and her historic run as the first Asian American Bachelorette. Instead, the interview quickly turned uncomfortable when Ripa questioned whether Jen was too young and too naive to handle the emotional weight of leading the show. Within hours, Bachelor Nation lit up with opinions. But it was Ashley Iconetti, one of the franchise's most beloved veterans, who took the strongest stance. Jen Tran had arrived at Live with Kelly and Mark in a blush pink dress and her signature optimism, ready to discuss her journey to find love. The audience applauded warmly, but as soon as Kelly began her line of questioning, the tone shifted. "So Jen," Ripa began, crossing her legs with a knowing smile, "you're only 26. Do you really think it's possible to find forever love in just a few weeks? And on television?" Jen tried to maintain composure, replying that love doesn't always follow a timeline and that she'd learned to trust her heart. But Kelly pressed on, suggesting that, at 26, most people are still figuring themselves out. The tension was palpable. Co-host Mark Consuelos attempted to lighten the mood with humor, but the exchange had already gone viral by the time the show ended. Fans accused Ripa of belittling Jen and using a condescending tone, something Ashley Iconetti didn't let slide. Ashley Iconetti, known for her emotional honesty and protective nature toward fellow Bachelor alums, addressed the controversy on her podcast, Almost Famous, which she co-hosts with her husband, Jared Habon. "I've always loved Kelly Ripa," Ashley began, "but I watched that interview, and I have to say, it rubbed me the wrong way." Jen handled it with grace, but the judgment was obvious. She didn't stop there. Kelly has this habit of questioning the Bachelor franchise like it's some kind of joke, Ashley continued. But what she doesn't get is that this show has given real people, myself included, genuine love stories. Jared and I met because of it. So when you sit there and question a young woman's readiness for love just because she's on TV, it comes across as dismissive. Her words struck a chord with fans. Within hours, clips of Ashley's passionate monologue flooded TikTok and X, formerly Twitter, with many applauding her for defending Jen and calling out what they perceived as elitism from Ripa. Ashley went on to praise Jen Tran's composure during the awkward moment. She could have snapped back or shut down, but instead, she smiled, answered kindly, and represented herself beautifully. Ashley said, "That's what makes her such a strong bachelorette. She's not here to prove anything to skeptics. She's here to show that love stories look different for everyone." Ashley also highlighted the deeper cultural implications of the bachelorette, she said. "She's the first Asian American woman to lead the show. That's a big deal. So when she finally gets her moment, and the first question she's asked is whether she's too young or too idealistic, it sends the wrong message. We should be celebrating her, not undermining her." Bachelor Nation fans were divided as always. Some defended Ripa, saying her comments were part of her signature humor and that she often teases Bachelor contestants in good fun. Others, however, felt the criticism of Jen was unnecessary and tone-deaf. One fan posted on X, "Kelly Ripa questioning Jen's readiness for love is rich considering The Bachelor has produced more successful marriages than half of Hollywood." Another wrote, "Ashley Iconetti said what we were all thinking. Kelly's comments weren't cute, they were condescending." Jen, for her part, has stayed mostly quiet. She reposted a fan's message that read, "Keep shining, Jen. You handled that interview like a queen." This isn't the first time Kelly Ripa has clashed with the Bachelor world. In 2019, she famously criticized the franchise for pitting women against each other for a man, prompting then-host Chris Harrison and even Bachelor creator Mike Fleist to fire back publicly. Ironically, ABC, which airs both Live with Kelly and Mark and The Bachelor, was caught in an awkward spot back then, and seems to be once again. Kelly's never been shy about how she feels regarding the show, an insider told Us Weekly. But her tone can come off harsher than she means, and Bachelor fans take that very personally. Still, many agree Ashley's response reflected what longtime fans have been feeling for years, that The Bachelor deserves more respect than it gets from mainstream talk shows. In the closing minutes of her podcast rant, Ashley made it clear she wasn't trying to start a feud. "I respect Kelly, she's a legend," she said. "But I also think she needs to understand that what seems like harmless teasing can come across as undermining to these women. Jen is out there representing diversity, bravery, and hope. That's something to lift up, not poke at." She added, "Maybe next time, instead of questioning whether someone's too young for love, we ask how it feels to inspire so many people, because that's the story worth telling." Her words drew applause from listeners, with comments flooding and thanking her for defending the sisterhood of Bachelor women who often face unfair judgment. Ashley's defense of Jen Tran went beyond just one awkward interview. It touched on a larger issue within entertainment: the way reality stars, especially women, are often dismissed or mocked for their romantic choices. Reality TV has long been a double-edged sword. It creates household names but also subjects them to scrutiny that traditional celebrities rarely face. For Jen, the criticism could have easily overshadowed her achievement as a trailblazer. Thanks to Ashley, that narrative shifted back to empowerment. Bachelor Nation thrives on connection, fans bonding over heartbreak, proposals, and redemption arcs. Ashley Iconetti, who once cried through rose ceremonies and eventually found her happy ending, remains its emotional compass. So when she speaks up, people listen.